hips out from under us. We're gonna find a nice tall seat, starting to expand the spine, lifting the crown up and away. And we're gonna soften those shoulders as well. Starting to open up the front of the body, taking big deep breaths in. And exhale through the mouth. We'll do a couple of these deep cleansing breaths, just allowing our body to start to relax. Getting rid of all of the tension in the face and shoulders and legs. Letting the belly button rise and fall with the breath. So allowing everything to soften as we make space for our practice. Let's start to inhale even deeper and exhale out. Good. With every breath in, we're bringing in something we'd like to shift or change in our life currently. Something that'll bring us joy and expansion. And with every exhale, we're getting rid of any blockages that we feel are going on in our life right now and in our bodies. Let's do one more deep breath in, all the way down to the hips. And exhale, sigh it out. That's it. And from here, let's see if we can inhale those arms up overhead. We're gonna reach for the thumbs, looking up at those fingers. And on the exhale, let's drop the left arm down. And we can either bring the right arm overhead or behind us, stretching out that side of the body. Good. Finding that slight spinal twist by looking up to the sky. Keep breathing, press that right hip into the mat as we extend even further. And on our next exhale, we'll bring our arms all the way back up, bring our spine to center, looking up to the sky. And exhale all the way down, other side. Same thing, we can bring it overhead or behind the back. Find a slight twist up to the sky. Pressing our left hip into the floor. Finding space in between each rib. On the next inhale, let's come back up to center. One more inhale up. Looking up to the thumbs. And exhale, we're gonna come on forward, walking those hands all the way down. We're gonna try to find our forehead on the floor if possible. We also wanna keep our hips all the way pressed into the ground. Loosening up the low back. When we're ready, let's walk those hands all the way back. We're going to curl the spine and take our time slowly stacking everything up and away. Very nice. When we're ready, let's go ahead and roll to all fours. We're going to keep those knees under the hips and hands under the shoulders. And from here, let's go ahead and tuck the toes under. We're gonna send our hips back for our first downward dog. Dropping the chest and the belly and lifting from the hips as high as we can. If it feels good, we can walk out those legs. Sending the tailbone up and away as we press into those fingers. Good. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, let's look up to the hands. We're going to walk our feet there and find a forward fold. Lowering through the head and chest, dropping the spine down. Feeling our hamstrings opening up in the back of the legs. Good. On the next inhale, let's lift up to flat back. We're going to look out and away. And exhale down. Inhale, let's slowly roll up to standing, stacking the spine. Coming all the way up to our mountain pose. Very engaged here. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Send the body forward over the balls of the feet as we find our mountain pose. Slowly starting to engage our locks. If you practice those, we have our Mula Bandha on the base. We're going to slowly squeeze and pull up that pelvic floor so that we're lifting through the hips. Feeling those subtle muscles inside of the spine, our psoas, and our hips start to engage. On our next inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, we'll forward fold. Drop the crown all the way down, look between those knees. On the inhale, lift up to flat back. And exhale down, planting those hands, stepping back into our high plank. Let's see if we can hold for just a moment. Engage the center, engage the shoulders, and drop our way down. Pressing up, floating through our chaturanga to upward dog, lifting the heart space. And on the exhale, tuck those toes, send our hips back for downward dog. Beautiful. Walking those legs out, sending the hips up and away. Finding that strength, building some heat. Good. On the inhale, look up between the hands. We're going to walk our feet there. Find a forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Pressing those palms together. We're going to squeeze the shoulders, strengthen the upper body. Bringing our poise slightly forward, so hips over top of the balls of the feet. If it feels good for us here, we can raise the heels up off the floor and find our tippy toes. Breathe and balance. When we're ready, slowly lowering down. We're going to bend those knees slightly and lower into our chair pose, sweeping the arms up overhead. Allowing our hips to release back behind us and straightening our spine if we can. Good. Breathing deeply. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the knees, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down, planting those hands, step back to high plank. Slowly lowering through chaturanga. Engaging the center. Finding upward dog. And exhale, finding your downward dog. Good. Always paying attention to our body and any sensations that arise. Finding a flow through each one of our movements. Good. On the inhale, looking up between the hands, we're going to walk our feet there. Find our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, float on through. Raise the arms up on the inhale. And exhale to heart center. Good. Finding our breath, feeling our heartbeat. Taking note of anything in our bodies. Maybe we're warming up a little bit. We're going to do one more sun salutation. This time we're going to go a little bit more in depth and a little bit faster. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up to flat back. Reach the spine forward. And exhale, down. Plant the hands, jump back to high plank. Float through your chaturanga. Upward dog, keep those thighs off the floor if possible. And exhale, finding your downward dog. Very nice. Take a few deep cleansing breaths here. Feel where any tension may live, maybe your shoulder blades, maybe your hips, maybe your calves, ankles, whatever it is. We're going to lean into that feeling, so press just a little bit harder. And on your next inhale, let's take that left leg. We're going to reach it all the way up overhead for three-legged dog. Stretching through the toes and lifting those hips. Good. Use your glutes for support as you straighten that knee. And on the exhale, bring it up and through, planting it between the hands. From here, leaving the right ankle up, we're going to lift up into our crescent lunge. So we want to drop those hips a little bit more. See if we can straighten the back leg. Good. And if it feels good for us, we can lift those arms up and find a reach. Very nice. Squeezing those inner thighs to help support our weight. On the next exhale, we're going to drop the hands to heart center, and we're going to rotate to our left, bringing our right elbow to the knee. Finding a spinal twist. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, coming back up to center, still at heart center. And from here, we're going to reach all the way up and drop those hands. Very nice. We're in our runner's lunge. From here, dropping that right knee down, and we'll come up into our kneel. Good. From here, dropping those hips and leaning forward, getting even deeper into our hip stretch. Every exhale, we get just a little bit further, pressing those hips forward. Very nice. If it feels good, if we want to add an extra little burn here, we'll reach behind with the left arm and grab our toes. Beautiful. Breathing. Finding any release that we can. On your next exhale, slowly drop the back leg. We're gonna bring our arms around, plant those hands, and we'll step back into our downward dog. Walking those legs out as needed, keeping the blood flowing. Good. On the inhale, we're gonna do our right leg, so lifting up to three-legged dog, squeezing those glutes, supporting your toes. See if we can straighten those knees as well for a nice extended position. Good. When we're ready, on the exhale, bring that right leg through, plant between the hands, and we'll rise up, finding our crescent lunge. Keeping that left back foot up off the floor, the ankle and the heel. Beautiful. See how far we can lower down, giving our right leg a little bit of a challenge. Good. On the next exhale, bring our hands to heart center. We're gonna find a rotation to the right, drop our left elbow down, finding a twist. Creating space through each one of those vertebrae. Good. When we're ready, unwind, come back to heart center. From here, we'll reach up and away. And exhale all the way down. Plant those hands. We're gonna drop the left knee. Coming up into our kneel. From here, let's lean all the way forward. Send those hips into a stretch. We want to imagine supporting our legs with our mat, so press the tops of those back legs into the floor, as well as pressing into the heel of the right foot. We'll engage a little bit more of those muscles. Good. When we're ready, reaching back with the right arm, we can grab the left toes for a little extra. Continuing to find our deep breathing. On the exhale, let's slowly lower the back leg. We're gonna unwind, drop the hands, and step back into our downward dog. Walking out those knees, walking out the toes. Good. On the inhale, looking up to the hands, we're gonna walk our feet there, find our forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up to overhead, reaching the arms. And exhale to heart center. So squeezing those shoulder blades, pressing the palms together. Finding a moment of silence, a moment of peace to feel our heartbeat. Feeling where in our body we can let go of a little bit more musculature, a little bit more tension. Good. From here, on the inhale, let's raise the arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale down, plant the hands, let's step back to high plank. Find your balance as we lower down through chaturanga to upward dog. exhale, find our downward dog. Tuck those toes. Send those hips back. Very nice. Take a couple deep breaths in. From here, let's lift our left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Squeeze and lift. Point those toes, see if we can straighten those knees. And on the exhale, bringing that left leg between the hands. This time we're gonna find our warrior one. So placing that right foot down and lifting up through the arms. Our right leg is slightly turned out and opening those hips. Breathing deeply, see if we can spread those toes wide, spread those fingers wide. And on the exhale, we're coming open to warrior two. Imagining your collarbones and your shoulders are spreading open. Beautiful. On the next exhale, drop the right arm down. Lift that left arm over for reverse warrior. And on the exhale, bring it back to center and drop the left arm down, right arm overhead or behind. See if we can find a nice crease in that left hip. So we're softening our glutes backwards. Deep breaths in, expanding the spine. And on the exhale, coming up and back through center. Finding your warrior two. We're going to straighten that left leg all the way. And when we're ready, reaching out and over into our triangle pose. Dropping the hand down, lifting the right arm up. Good. On the exhale, let's drop that right arm all the way down. We're going to square those shoulders off. See if we can rotate up to the left. So lifting that left arm up if we can, finding a spinal twist. If you need your right arm to be a little higher, we can place it on the knee. Reaching and breathing. On the next exhale, drop that left arm down. We're going to square those shoulders off one more time. This time, let's rotate the right toes inward. We're going to lift the right heel. So now our feet are parallel. And we're going to do a forward fold over top of that left leg. See how straight we can get those legs. Send the left hip back and drop the chin. Feeling your hamstrings opening up. Good. When we're ready, let's go ahead and lift the chest slightly. We're gonna bring our body weight over top of that left leg, and we're gonna slowly lift the right leg up, finding our half moon. So we're gonna stay in a folded position and find a parallel place over our mats. We can either bring the arms behind us or lift them forward and in front. Straightening that back right leg, using our glutes to help lift. Good. When we're ready, go ahead and come back up to standing. We're going to drop that right leg right in line with the left and find our heart center. Very nice. Take a moment here, breathe, reconnect. Lifting the spine. Feeling your heartbeat. On your next inhale, let's raise the arms up overhead and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back and exhale down. Plant those hands, find your high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, find your upward dog. Lift those thighs off the mat if you can. And exhale, finding our downward dog. Adding any movement that we need to keep everything loose and relaxed. Good. On our next inhale, let's switch to the other side. We're going to do the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Point those toes, lift from the glutes, extend the knees. And on the exhale, send the right leg through. Plant it between those hands and find your warrior one. Dropping the left leg back at an angle and sweeping the arms up. Opening that left hip just a little bit to feel the extension in the hips. Reaching and breathing, softening those shoulders. On the exhale, let's open wide to warrior two. Opening the collarbones, opening the shoulder blades. Good, reaching as far as we can. On the next exhale, drop the left arm down, right arm overhead or behind. Really reaching through the rib cage here, opening up the airways. Good. On the exhale, let's pass through center. Dropping the right arm down, lifting the left arm over for side angle. Good, creasing that right hip just a little bit to allow everything to soften into the thighs. Deep breath in, soften everything on the exhale. Good, when we're ready, coming back up through center, extending the right leg, so straightening the knee. We're gonna send our body all the way over, finding our triangle pose. Grabbing wherever we need to, feeling those hamstrings. Sending that right hip back even further to stretch through the leg. Deep breath in On the exhale, let's drop the left arm. We're gonna square off the shoulders. And if we can, we're gonna rotate, planting the left arm down. Rotate up to the right so you can bring your arm up or on the back. The goal is to feel a nice spinal twist. Beautiful. On the exhale, let's drop both arms down. We're gonna turn the left toes in towards ourselves, so lifting the heel off the floor, keeping the right leg straight if we can, and we're gonna drop the chest, feeling the hamstrings. Keep breathing deeply, stretching through the knees. Good. When we're ready, let's slowly bend that right knee, bring our body weight over the right foot, and then slowly lifting up into our half moon. So lifting the left leg up and back, sending the arms forward or behind, balancing on that one foot. Lifting from the hips. Good. One more deep breath in, and slowly straightening the body, dropping the left leg to the right foot, and finding our mountain pose. Bringing our hands to heart center. Taking a moment, feeling the breath, feeling the heartbeat. Lengthening the spine, re-engaging the glutes, the psoas, all of our supportive systems to help us stand tall. On the next inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back and exhale down. Plant those hands, step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Lift those legs off the mat and exhale to downward dog. Sending the hips all the way up and back, dropping the crown. Breathing deep all the way to the hips. Good. When we're ready, bending those knees all the way, compressing into the toes. We're going to look up to the hands and find our way to seated. So we're going to hop through and then right away lift those knees up into our boat pose. So you can hold under those knees or release and lift the chest. Focusing on our center. When we're ready, slowly lowering those toes down. We're going to keep the knees up and roll onto our back. All the way down, allowing the shoulders to open wide. Taking a moment just to soften into the mat. Letting the back and the belly go. Softening the face muscles. If it feels good, we can grab the kneecaps and pull them towards us. Opening the hips wide, we can make big leg circles. And when we're ready, go ahead and straighten the legs all the way up over the head. We can flex those toes towards us. See if we can straighten those knees. We're welcome to stay right here, or if you want to try a little bit of a shoulder stand, we're going to place the arms down on the mat and slowly lift the hips up off the floor and take those feet as far as they'll go. If it feels okay, we can try to touch the floor. Good. If we want to go one step even further, we can lift the legs all the way to the sky and holding the lower back, find our shoulder stand. Good. Taking our time, we're going to slowly bring our way back down, all the way to the mat. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to open the knees wide and find a nice open hipped position. Placing our hands somewhere on the belly or maybe the hips, or perhaps just the sides. Taking a moment to cool down from the practice. Breathing into the hip sockets. Doing one final body scan here, starting from the top of our head, traveling with our mind's eye and with our awareness all the way down through the face, relaxing everything it touches, releasing the tension in the throat, in the shoulders, opening up the chest, letting the belly soften, letting the hips widen, relaxing the thighs and the calves, all the way down through the toes. Taking one more deep cleansing breath. Letting it go. We're welcome to stay right here. Or if we feel okay, we can go all the way into Shavasana, letting our legs long. And we'll take a few moments of silence here to allow for integration and for any insights to come through. let's bring some life back to our body. Wiggling our fingers and toes. Bringing ourselves back to the present. When we're ready, let's slowly roll to the right side. And taking our time, pressing back up to seated. Taking a few more moments. A few more breaths. Showing some gratitude to your body, to your being, for being present, for taking the time to work on yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.